According to the National Heart, Lung and Blood Institute, someone in the United States has a stroke every 40 seconds, and most of these cases are linked to blood clots that block blood flow to the brain. What is concerning is that the cause is not always medication or an underlying illness. Sometimes, it begins with a seemingly harmless eating habit, especially how you prepare your eggs in the morning. I understand that for many seniors, a crispy fried egg has become an essential part of the daily breakfast routine. But surprisingly, this familiar cooking method can silently affect your memory, blood pressure, and blood vessels if it is not adjusted to suit your body after the age of 60. The good news is you do not have to give up your favorite dish. Just by cooking eggs the right way and combining them with the right foods, you can help prevent blood clots right in your own kitchen. This video will help you understand your body better. Do not skip it, especially if you want to live long and stay healthy. Which country are you watching from? Leave a comment below and let me know. After the age of 60, your body no longer reacts as quickly as it did in your younger years, especially when it comes to your circulatory system. Blood vessels lose their elasticity, blood flows more slowly, and the body's natural ability to dissolve blood clots decreases significantly. This is exactly why the risk of stroke, heart attack, or brain vessel blockage increases sharply in older adults, even without any serious underlying health conditions. One of the silent changes is the weakening of the endothelium, which is the protective lining inside your blood vessels. According to a study published in the Journal of the American Heart Association, when this lining becomes inflamed or damaged, platelets in the blood tend to stick together, leading to the formation of dangerous clots that you may not notice until it is too late. In addition, levels of bad cholesterol, LDL, often rise with age, which accelerates the buildup of plaque in the arteries and further promotes the development of blood clots. Another important factor is a diet that does not adapt to aging. When you are younger, your body can easily handle excess fat, fried foods, or processed meals. But after 60, your ability to metabolize fat and cleanse the blood declines noticeably, turning foods that once seemed harmless into a burden on your heart and brain. So if you have always believed that a crispy fried egg or a hearty breakfast gives you strength to start the day, it may be time to take another look. The way you cook your eggs, as simple as it may seem, could be silently affecting your blood flow and mental clarity. So which egg cooking habits are increasing the risk of blood clots in older adults? Mistake 1. Frying eggs with vegetable oil at high heat. For many older adults, crispy golden fried eggs are an essential part of breakfast, but few people realize that frying eggs with vegetable oil at high temperatures is actually one of the most serious mistakes for blood vessel health after the age of 60. Common oils such as corn oil, soybean oil, canola oil, or sunflower oil are often chosen because they are inexpensive and easy to find. However, these oils are rich in omega-6 fatty acids, a type of fat that becomes easily oxidized when heated at high temperatures, producing harmful compounds. According to research from the Harvard School of Public Health, regularly consuming oxidized oils can inflame the endothelium, increase blood viscosity, and make platelets more likely to stick together. This not only slows down blood flow, but also raises the risk of silent blood clot formation in the body. For seniors, whose blood vessels are more fragile and natural anti-inflammatory defenses are weaker, this risk is many times higher than it is for younger people. Another important point is that oils heated at high temperatures tend to produce smoke quickly. This smoke contains toxic compounds that can seep into your food and enter the bloodstream. So if you have ever seen oil start to smoke before adding your egg, that is the moment you are cooking your egg in a harmful mixture of oxidation that can hurt your heart and brain. The story of George, a 74-year-old man from Florida, is a clear example. Every morning, he used to fry his eggs in corn oil until the edges turned crispy and browned. After a minor stroke, his doctor advised him to change how he cooked his eggs. George switched to soft-boiled eggs or lightly pan-fried them using extra virgin olive oil on low heat, making sure the oil never smoked. After just 3 months, his inflammation markers dropped significantly, his blood pressure became more stable, and he felt noticeably more clear-headed in the mornings. What matters is not whether or not you eat eggs, but how you cook them to match your age and your blood vessels. Instead of deep frying at high heat, try soft boiling, steaming, or lightly pan frying with a small amount of cold pressed oil, such as olive oil or avocado oil, without letting the oil smoke. Sometimes, it is not the food that harms you, but the way you prepare it, and with just one small change in your morning routine, you can help your blood flow smoothly and keep your mind sharp every single day. Mistake 2. Eating eggs with undercooked egg whites. For many older adults, dipping bread into rich and creamy soft egg yolks has been a comforting habit since their younger days. But what many people do not realize is that when the egg white remains runny, translucent, and undercooked, it can directly affect both digestion and the nervous system, especially after the age of 60. When egg whites are not fully cooked, the risk of salmonella infection increases significantly. This is a type of bacteria that can survive in raw eggs and cause intestinal infections, diarrhea, dehydration, and inflammation. These conditions are far more dangerous for older adults, but it does not stop there. Raw egg whites also contain a protein called avidin, which can block the absorption of biotin. Biotin is a B vitamin that plays an important role in brain function, memory, and the nervous system. You may have had a strong digestive system when you were younger and could eat a slightly raw egg without any problem. But after the age of 60, your immune system weakens, digestion slows down, and your ability to recover is lower. Even a mild digestive upset can last longer, lead to dehydration, and affect memory and blood pressure. Let us take the story of Barbara, a 76-year-old woman from Texas. For many years, she enjoyed soft poached eggs with jelly-like whites. Over 1 year, she experienced 2 episodes of digestive upset with no clear cause. After her doctor suggested a change in how she cooked her eggs, she began fully cooking the egg whites until they were firm and opaque, while still keeping her favorite soft yolks. Within just a few weeks, her digestion improved, her appetite returned, and she felt more alert in the mornings. The sign is simple. If the egg white runs on the plate, looks shiny and clear when tilted, it means the egg is not safely cooked. Just give it 1 more minute. This small change can help protect you from harmful bacteria, support brain nutrition, and keep your immune system steady after the age of 60. Mistake 3. Reusing cooking oil. Multiple times, in the kitchens of many elderly households, it is not uncommon to see a glass jar filled with used cooking oil placed beside the stove to save money. Some people believe that since they only fried 1 egg, the oil is still clean and there is no need to throw it away. But what many do not realize is that reusing oil, even just once, changes its structure and creates compounds that can silently harm your blood vessels and brain. When oil is heated, especially at high temperatures, oxidation reactions occur and produce harmful compounds such as aldehydes and polar molecules. These are known to inflame the endothelial lining of the blood vessels, increase blood viscosity, and promote blood clot formation. These toxins do not have a strange smell or a clear color change, making them hard to detect with the naked eye. Yet they quietly enter the body through each meal. According to research published in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition, consuming oil that has been reused multiple times is linked to an increased risk of atherosclerosis and reduced vascular function in people over 60. This becomes especially dangerous when combined with slower blood circulation, weaker detoxification systems, and a more fragile endothelium, all of which are common in older adults. Frank, 80 years old, who lives alone in Ohio, once had the same habit of saving oil. He would fry eggs every morning and save the leftover oil for the next day during a routine health check. His doctor noticed elevated vascular inflammation markers and early signs of abnormal blood clotting. After reviewing his diet, the main cause was traced back to his habit of reusing oil, once Frank switched to using fresh oil each time, in small amounts, and adopted a healthier eating pattern. His blood markers significantly improved within just 3 months. For older adults, trying to save oil can sometimes come at a high cost to your health. You do not need to use a lot. Just 1 spoonful of clean oil is enough for a delicious egg. Choose oils that are less prone to oxidation, such as extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil, or grapeseed oil, and never heat oil to the point where it smokes, because that is when harmful toxins begin to form. Mistake 4. Pairing eggs with processed meats. For many older Americans, the perfect breakfast often includes a serving of fried eggs with bacon or sausage. It is convenient, flavorful, and feels like a complete meal. However, few people know that this seemingly classic combination is actually one of the most dangerous pairings for your blood vessels and brain after the age of 60. Eggs, when prepared properly, are a valuable source of protein, healthy fats, and choline, which support brain function. The problem is not with the eggs themselves, but with what you eat alongside them. Most processed meats, such as sausages, bacon, or cured meats are high in sodium, nitrates, nitrites, and saturated fats. These substances can inflame the blood vessel lining, increase bad cholesterol, LDL, and make the blood thicker. According to the Harvard School of Public Health, regularly consuming processed meats raises the risk of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes by up to 42%, especially in people over 60. When combined with the natural cholesterol in eggs, the impact on blood vessels doubles, blood flow slows down, plaque buildup becomes more likely, and the chances of forming blood clots increase. These are some of the leading causes of memory loss and stroke in older adults. Mrs. Barbara, 72 years old and living in Kansas, had eaten 2 eggs and 3 slices of bacon every morning for over 30 years, believing it was a healthy energy boost. She did not smoke or drink alcohol and even took daily morning walks. But during a routine checkup, her doctor discovered early signs of atherosclerosis and rising cholesterol levels. After adjusting her breakfast by keeping the eggs but removing the bacon and replacing it with sautéed mushrooms and spinach, along with a few slices of avocado, she noticed a big change. Within just 6 months, she felt lighter, slept better, and her mind became noticeably clearer. You do not have to give up eggs, but you should avoid pairing them with salty, preservative-filled processed meats. Instead, try better options for your blood vessels and brain eggs with steamed greens, mushrooms sautéed in olive oil, a slice of whole grain bread, or a handful of antioxidant-rich berries. After the age of 60, how you combine foods matters just as much as the foods themselves. One small change in your breakfast plate each day can help reduce inflammation, support healthy blood flow, and keep your mind sharp for years to come. Mistake 5. Reheating eggs multiple times from the refrigerator. For those who live alone or like to prepare meals in advance, Cooking a large batch of eggs and storing them in the refrigerator for later use is quite common when needed. They simply reheat the eggs in the microwave, which sounds convenient. However, repeatedly reheating cooked eggs is actually one of the habits that silently damages blood vessel health and memory after the age of 60. Eggs, especially the yolks, contain small amounts of sulfur and iron when reheated multiple times at high temperatures. These substances react and form compounds that are hard to digest. At the same time, the proteins in the eggs become denatured, making them difficult for the body to absorb and more likely to cause low-grade chronic inflammation. Furthermore, the fats in eggs, once exposed to repeated heating, become oxidized and produce free radicals. These are harmful molecules that damage blood vessel walls, thicken the blood, and increase the risk of blood clot formation. According to a report from the Friedman School of Nutrition Science and Policy at Tufts University, consuming protein and fat-rich foods that have been reheated multiple times is linked to blood fat imbalances and chronic vein inflammation in older adults. While the harm may not be immediate, these microscopic injuries accumulate over time, leading to high blood pressure, slower circulation, and even cognitive decline. Take the case of Mr. Walter, 78 years old from Oregon. Being careful and frugal, he used to cook eggs for the entire week, store them in plastic containers, and reheat them in the microwave before each meal. Within a few months, he began experiencing bloating, fatigue after breakfast, and unusual spikes in blood pressure. After his doctor asked him to track his meals, the habit of reheating eggs multiple times was identified as a likely contributor. When Mr. Walter started cooking just enough eggs for each day and avoided reheating more than once, his bloating disappeared and his energy levels improved noticeably. If you are storing cooked eggs in the refrigerator, remember this rule: refrigerate eggs within 2 hours of cooking, eat them within 24 hours, and reheat only once. The best option is still to prepare just enough eggs for the day. This helps preserve nutrients and supports smoother digestion. After the age of 60, your body no longer processes food the same way it did when you were younger. Every time you reheat food, nutrients may be lost and harmful compounds may form without you even knowing it. You may have never thought that a single egg in the morning could be linked to your memory, blood pressure, and even the risk of stroke. But the truth is, the way you cook and eat eggs after the age of 60 directly affects your blood vessels, circulation, and brain. It is not because eggs are bad, but because after 60, your body no longer handles small dietary mistakes the way it used to. Together, we have explored the 5 most common mistakes older adults often make when eating eggs, from frying with the wrong type of oil, eating undercooked eggs, reusing cooking oil, pairing eggs with processed meats, to reheating refrigerated eggs. Each of these small mistakes can increase the risk of thickened blood clot formation, and silent damage to the brain. The good news is, you do not have to give up this familiar food. With just a few gentle adjustments, choosing the right cooking method, combining eggs with healthier foods, and prioritizing fresh eggs each day, you are already taking proactive steps to prevent stroke, improve circulation, and keep your mind sharp. After the age of 60, lasting health does not come from big changes, but from small, consistent choices made each day. Simply changing the way you cook eggs can help your blood flow better and extend your mental clarity. If you found today's content helpful, do not forget to click the subscribe button and share this video with your loved ones. We will continue bringing you the simplest, clearest, and most practical tips to help you live longer, live healthier, and take control of your well-being after 60. How do you usually cook your eggs? Share with us in the comments. I always read each and every one of your messages.